Hey, what's going on YouTube? Will here from All Electric, back again with another video. Today we are checking out an all-electric fireplace from Modern Blaze. In this video you're going to get a complete install and my full review of this electric fireplace. Huge thank you goes out to Akrama Tool, Nikola Pro, and Drone Quote supporting this channel at the all-electric tier. Click the link down below and support this channel for as little as $1 a month. Alright, so let's jump right in here to the install. You can see exactly where the fireplace is going to go on our screen and porch here, where we have this porch is actually adjacent to the house where we just have siding. So I made sure to get the foundation exactly perfect because everything up from there is going to be off if the base of the foundation or the base of the wall is off. What I'm building here is the base of the wall, so this is going to be supporting not only the fireplace but the entire structure itself, and this is going to be screwed down onto the floor of the deck. Sleeping? So like I just said, the very first step is putting that base down on the floor. So I used a blue chalk line to ensure I had a straight line, as I needed to bring the wall out about 1.5 inches or 2 inches just to ensure that I had enough space for the fireplace to fit in. Now this fireplace is a very slim fireplace, and I used all my measurements from Modern Blaze's website, so I don't actually have the fireplace just yet. You can see I'm taking my time in ensuring that these are just perfect, because if not, it'll throw off the rest of the wall. Now I'm using an older battery there, and it actually dies on me. That's why the screws aren't going all the way in. So I go get my trusty lithium-ion battery, and no problem forcing those screws all the way in. Again, this is the most important part of the project in my opinion, because if these are off, then the rest of the whole wall is also going to be off. Now the next thing I'm going to focus on building is the actual frame that goes around the fireplace, or the frame that the fireplace is going to sit in once the wall is complete. Now again, I got these measurements from the Modern Blaze website, but as you'll find out later in the video, I didn't pay too close attention because the actual frame of the fireplace was slightly smaller than the frame that I built. This will all make sense later on in the video. Now let's bring all our boards over to the porch and get this thing put together. Now you might say that this is complete overkill because I am going to use 2 2x4s as a header across the opening, which it might be overkill, but I'm okay with that because I would rather it be overbuilt than fall on me when my family is out there and enjoying it. So using a couple screws to secure the 2 boards that are going to make up the header, and they go on top of the frame, so I go ahead and pre-drill and secure that to the top of the frame. Now again, this is probably overkill, probably overbuilt, but I'd rather be overbuilt than underbuilt. So there's definitely going to be no sagging into the fireplace with these 2 headers above this frame. Next, I'm cutting the 4x4. I'm using a circular saw, but it is not quite long enough, so I do have to get a handsaw out to finish my 4x4 cut against the siding. Same with the other bottom cut there on the siding. And so I am going to finish that cut with a handsaw. Now taking out that 4x4 reveals the exact spot that I need so I can put in my frame along with the header. since I did have to build the 2x4 wall out a bit, I'm going to rip down a couple 2x4s using a table saw so that I can build it out. So when I put the shiplap, so the finished shiplap that goes on the outside of these 2x4s, I'll be able to tack into those 4x4s as well as the 2x4 studs that I have running vertically. Now, along with this project, I'm also putting up some trim on the outside of the porch as well. And as you can see here, my beautiful Tesla T logo that I got from Pure Tesla is going to reside out here on the screen and porch as well. Now, having most of the trim up and all the wall completed, it was time to hire an electrician, and I don't suggest doing this yourself. I suggest getting a certified electrician, which I had here, come and help me run the electrical needed for this fireplace. Now, I also am going to put a TV above the fireplace. That's why you see a box. And we did some rope lighting on the outside of the porch going around. So I also had the electrician do that for us. Don't worry, you're not going to be able to see the rope lighting. I'm going to put up some crown molding, and that is just going to create a nice glow going on top of the roof for us. So finishing the shiplap now, you can see that now the electrical is done. We still have access, so whenever the fireplace does arrive, we can still install that, and we also have a plug there for the TV. Now the crown molding is up as well, hiding that rope light, making a really nice ambient light here on the screen and porch. I'm really happy with it, how it turned out, and now it is time to install the TV. The mount that I got for the TV is wonderful, fantastic, the easiest TV mount that I've ever used. I got it on Amazon, and I'm going to leave a link to this mount down below in the description. My wife and I were able to install it really easy in under 10 minutes. So the next day our fireplace actually arrived, and I really quickly saw that the shiplap, how I cut it, and the frame was not going to work. So we had this big black part at the top. That's actually the fan where the heater comes out, and I cut a frame out for the entire space. So I am going to have to redo some of the shiplap because of that big black part at the top. So I thought that the entire glass piece was that entire open frame, but that is not the case. So I do have to uninstall some of the shiplap. Thankfully, it was only about 5 or 6 boards that I needed to mess around with, and I was able to relatively easy fix the mistake that I had. So if you're planning on doing this yourself, I would wait until you get the fireplace that you've ordered so that you can properly measure. I was trying to, I guess, rush the project a bit. Also, I would suggest putting some caulk like I did there in the hole where the electric wire is coming out from the plug on the inside of the house. So getting the fireplace sitting in there, now the hole does fit perfectly per the manufacturer's instructions on Modern Blaze's website. So it does fit great in there, and I did not hook this up myself. Again, I had the certified electrician, just like the manufacturer recommends, come out and hook up direct wire this fireplace for me, and I suggest that you do the same. Really wasn't that expensive to have him come out again and hook this fireplace up. So I do have it now installed. There's flaps that fold on the front of it, and you can see there's multiple different color options. Really, really happy with how slim this fireplace is and how it looks now that it is installed here. Now I just have to do some framing around this, and then this work will be complete. First impressions on this fireplace are stunning. I think it looks really nice. We chose the brown rocks to go in the bottom of this Remy fireplace from Modern Blaze, but definitely really happy with how it looks initially. So here I am adjusting my mistake in trimming up some additional shiplap boards, using a jigsaw to cut around that appropriately. And so now that top heater board is going to be hidden. Just keep in mind, if you're doing a project like this, you obviously can't nail over the top of the center board. So I just used a little bit of wood glue, and that should suffice because it's not that big of an area where it's not glued. So cutting up the rest of the boards, I was able to patch in the sides, and voila, complete. As you can see, I got my Cybertruck from the museum. That happened a couple weeks ago, and this thing is awesome. I can watch YouTube on the TV here, outside in the fire with the fireplace going. No heater on yet because it is summer, but again, I cannot stress how beautiful this looks. I love the sleek design, and I also love how I didn't have to build it out that far. This particular fireplace, which I'll leave a link to down below in the description, only requires 4 inches. So I only needed a 4-inch so it will fit in a traditional 2x4 wall. Some other fireplaces require a lot more depth, but as you can see here, we have the brown rocks installed. There was also a blue option, but to me, the blue flame and the blue rocks kind of reminded me of a fish tank, so I much prefer the red-orange color of this fireplace. But it is nice that there's multiple different options for you guys. And again, I can't stress how awesome this looks on the porch and how realistic the flame looks. I also like how the remote, you can just turn on the flame, which are just lights really, and you can turn on the heater independently of each other. And this does really look quite nice, especially at night when we're sitting out there watching a movie. You can turn this on. It is great ambient light. It also looks really great. So again, if you're interested in this, I'm going to put a link below down in the description where you can pick up one of these fireplaces. And to be honest, this is definitely a DIY project that you can tackle by yourself, just like I did. The only help that I needed was to get a certified electrician over here to help me with some of the electrical because I wanted that done correctly. But here's a close-up of the flame. Again, I cannot stress how beautiful this looks, and it looks even better when you're sitting back on the couch about 6 feet away. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you share this video with a friend, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.